Welcome back to the Dos Leches podcast. I'm your host here, Steven, aka Double Stuffed Oreo, here with Lennon.
And Lennon, aka the lollipop you find inside. I can't do it.
He's not quick with the domes, you know. He's not that quick.
I want to be called the lollipop you find in between the couch cushion.
Well,
because I didn't shave.
There you go. You're the lollipop in between the couch cushion.
There we go.
When it's too long, that's what kills it.
Yeah, that's what kills it.
I realize, I hate working with masks. Not because I'm like anti-mask.
No, you're anti-mask. Don't try to cover it up.
I hate it because when I used to tell jokes at work, but now when you go to tell a joke, someone's like, "What? I can't hear you." Wait, say that again. Say that, and you're just like.
I had that issue. I was gonna pick up pizza for my grandparents and me at Domino's.
You know how shitty that is, right? To say a joke twice.
Yeah, because it's not funny the second time.
Because the first time it's funny even to you, but the second time you're like,
"Well, he fell over and hit his head." That was the punchline. Do you hear me now?
At the end of it, I'm just like, you know what? You don't deserve the joke.
Yeah,
these jokes are mine. You don't get any.
Well, I was trying to say I went to Domino's. I went to go pick up the pizza. I was like, "I'm here for a pickup." She heard me perfectly fine. The lady, and then until I said my name, I was like, "Lennon." She's like, "Huh? Lennon? Huh?" I either think she didn't believe that I existed in real life.
She was contemplating your existence.
Yeah, she's contemplating the fact that my name means anything.
Maybe she thought "Oh, Lenin, like the Bolshevik Lenin."
Yeah, we don't have the Bolshevik Lenin here. We have the John Lennon.
That's the John Lennon. Excuse you very much. So, anyways, intros aside. I don't know why I said out aside. Anyways, today,
because not working.
Last week was actually a pretty busy week in the sense of news.
Oh, I have to look up the fight card. Let me look up the fight card.
He's gonna look up the fight card. First things first, we're going to talk about Jake Paul's fight against Askren.
Benaskren's the smartest man I've ever met.
The Jeff Wittek documentary, for those of you, that's one of the members of the Vlog Squad, David Dobrik's kind of crew. He had a injury that kind of left his left eye blind, basically. I don't think it works. And then we'll start off with the George Floyd verdict. David Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 accounts. Cool. That's great.
Pog.
Great start. But only thing I really wanted to bring it up is because we're not going to get political on this podcast. That's just not going to happen. And then Nancy Pelosi said, "Thank you for sacrificing your life for justice." And I don't know, something in me went, what in...
Wait, I did not hear this. Wait, what happened?
It was she was having a press conference after the verdict, and she said, "Thank you for sacrificing," she said, "George, thank you," looking up, right? She went "George, thank you for sacrificing your life for justice." Do you think he sacrificed his life for justice? Do you know what, for me, the word sacrifice means you get a choice, right? You chose
to sacrifice yourself.
You chose to do that thing. Right?
Yeah, I don't think sacrifice was the right word.
He didn't choose to have some dude kneel on his neck and suffocate him for 9 minutes. He didn't choose that.
Maybe he was like, "Hey, dude on my neck, dude."
No, that's not what he chose to do. He didn't choose to become a symbol for an entire
Thank you for being
movement.
The martyr.
If anything, you could argue okay, well, you could say sorry that you had to sacrifice, but even then, again, he got no choice.
Sacrifice.
So you could say just thank you for being a symbol of the Black Lives Matter movement, or somewhere in between that, because
leading.
Well, because he became a symbol, but again, he didn't choose to become that symbol. He became that symbol because he passed, and I think that's kind of where the I guess frustration is coming, because I'm just this makes no sense. He didn't choose to do any of this. But yeah, that was just an interesting take that I found. Like, would you call it sacrifice?
I wouldn't call it sacrifice. No one. I mean, unless then if it was a sacrifice, then that would have been it was his choice to be.
Yeah, that's what.
Then that kind of changes the narrative of the actual whole ordeal.
Yeah,
if he chose to be it, because then that's his decision to either possibly stir up it. Mm-hmm. And that's like, when it becomes another issue. Anyways,
after that, for Jeff Wittek, his documentary, have you seen it, the first 2 episodes?
The doc? No, not the doc. I don't even know who Jeff Wittek is.
Jeff Wittek, he's the Jeff's Barbershop guy on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I've heard.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. But basically, he had his whole left eye, is blind. And he had like a huge gash. His like face was peeling off. And in the video you kind of see where it happened, and basically he gets on and David spins the thing super fast, and when he stops it, all you see is his body go up and come straight forward to the claw hand, and you just see him dangling from the rope. His head's underwater, and that's where it cuts. So he hits that thing. And like it's hard to explain how fast he's going, but it's dangerously fast. Okay. And you can tell that David is being very careless about what he's doing. And that's kind of where it leaves off. So if you guys have a chance, watch episode 2 and watch episode 1, because it's a bad gash, dude. So let's do this. The Jake Paul fight. What are your ideas on the Jake Paul fight?
On the Jake Paul fight, Benaskren's the smartest man I've ever met.
No, dude. Is it rigged?
Is it rigged?
Is it rigged?
Probably not. It was probably Benaskren's will to get paid. How much did he get paid? Like $500,000. He got paid a dumb amount of money.
He's enough to retire. He said. That's all he cared. That's all he cared about. At the end of the day, the kid just wanted to retire.
So he was a retired martial arts
retired wrestler.
He's retired
from the UFC, and that's the other thing. Have you seen the videos of the dude getting like switched, bro? Like on the floor, and then coming up and still winning matches.
Like his fights when he's getting ground pounded.
Yeah, when he's in the UFC. That's to me that's something that you can unlearn. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, the will to pick yourself up.
No, like when you've taken enough beatings in your life, you've been hit enough times. You adjust to that. It's not necessarily a
He's gonna call me again. He's gonna piss me off. If he calls me again, then I'll pick it up on some shot.
It's definitely not something that you unlearn, dude. Like, you know what a punch to the face and elbow to the face feels like. Like, you saw him get punched in the side. He didn't even flinch when Jake Paul hit him. But all of a sudden, Jake Paul comes in, one hits you, bro. You're just like he got up. He nodded his head, and then the ref was like, "No, fight's over." Like, what?
No, well, he wobbled forward. If he wobbled forward, the ref has the right to call that off.
The ref was also holding his glove, so maybe the dude was just like, "Yo, get off me." It just seems sus, bro.
After watching the slow replay, even if the ref's not gripping him, the ref's
holding him. No, yeah, he's just holding his hands up.
And then he wobbled forward. If he wobbled forward, I would have called off the fight.
Why?
Benaskren's like a 35-year-old old dude that he didn't care.
For me, I hate when they do that, because I think there are clear knockouts, and then there are some iffy ones, right? Because even in the UFC, I've seen some calls where refs should have called the knockout on the past the ground and pound. They should have been like, stop the fight. This wasn't one of those fights. He was still conscious enough to, even if he got knocked down a second time, then call it. But he wasn't as bad as Nate Robinson. They let Nate Robinson get back up, and my dude was literally cross-eyed. He was looking west and east, and they let him walk forward.
Well, that wasn't officiated. The ref wasn't.
But I mean, I don't know. This one just seemed weird. I don't think it was rigged, but I think Ben Askren didn't really care.
Oh yeah, he didn't. I bet he didn't even care to begin with. Did you?
I don't think he trained. Do you get what I mean?
No, he didn't train. Did you see his body? He didn't train.
I was hoping for some Rocky transformations. Like
I was hoping for not just he could. He didn't have to have muscle. You didn't have to have anything.
I wanted some speed bag.
I just needed to see this flab somewhat gone. And I would have been fine with it.
I don't think he cared.
No, he didn't. He accepted it because he was gonna get paid $500,000 for a fight against a YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that knockout hurt him.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, even if it's not rigged.
Did you see him walking away after the fight and he was
smiling,
just happy? Yeah, he was happy because I just made $500,000 in 2 minutes.
Freaking lucky kid. That's what's making me sus, man. This is weird shit, dude.
I'm pretty sure he spent no money on practicing. He probably punched a bag a little bit. He went into the fight, sat 2 minutes in that ring, and left. With $500,000 in his pocket. He doesn't care.
It's just genius. It's just, I mean,
the only people I want Jake Paul to actually get a proper boxer.
Well, here's my thing. So when we leave on that, I think the reason this fight was so important is because, again, it's adding that validity. So adding validity to Jake Paul's boxing career. Because, again, he's been calling out Conor McGregor. He's been calling out even Dana White. Everyone. He's called out every UFC
out non-boxers.
character. Exactly. So, I think for me, this is the fight that kind of puts his foot further in that door. But
I want him to call out a boxer.
I don't think he wants to fight boxers.
Well, no, because then his thing's gonna get stained.
He doesn't care. He made that fight brought in $1.5 million. I don't think I genuinely, I don't think he cares. Because if he wanted to fight a boxer, he's friends with Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia would have easily taken it.
He would have taken it, and he would have been like, I'll knock your ass out real quick.
Because Ryan Garcia is also defeated. In boxing, having undefeated streaks is huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to fight a real boxer, they're gonna take one. I think the big thing for me too is being a boxer and building that physicality is far different than being an MMA fighter, and far different from even within MMA, a jiu-jitsu fighter versus a Krav Maga versus a wrestler versus a kickboxer versus a Muay Thai fighter. Each one trains your body physically different. That's why if you look at MMA, it's high intensity but 3-minute rounds, and there's only 3 rounds at max 5.
Yeah,
but boxing
18 rounds
20 12 rounds. 16 rounds, and people go all the way. But again, they're not using the lower half of their body to exert energy.
The most they're doing is moving.
It's just their upper body and taking the absorbing the hits. Imagine if a boxer only boxed in the UFC, you would have a Conor McGregor flying knee to the face. That's it. Round 1 done. What do you do on that situation? We got 7 minutes left before we can jump into the next segment and the main segment of today's episode.
So do you want to just quickly go over
the Super League? So go over the Super League.
Oh, I can't say that word. I'm just really mad.
We're just gonna bleep all these out at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, I hate rich people. Rich people trying to take away what's most precious to me. I grew up playing soccer. I grew up loving soccer. So it just hurts to see that rich people.
You look like a little immigrant who played soccer.
It hurts to see top European teams trying to get poached.
You look like you couldn't even afford the basketball or the football cleats.
I could only afford. Do you know the soccer cleats were probably just expensive, not more expensive. They're at least the ones I have.
Because they're all low tops and they're all made by Adidas.
I had Nikes. I had Tempos.
You had Nikes or you had Nike? Just said Nike.
I had the Nike.
The Nike?
No, I had Nikes. They're like 140.
Dude, yeah, cleats in general, dude, are just mad expensive.
They were so comfortable. Probably my favorite. Nike Tempos. So comfortable. Comfortable shoe. But yeah, so the Super League basically is a league. I forgot what company or like who tried to push it out, but it just came up on my feed.
Multiple companies?
Yeah, it's probably multiple investors.
It's a lot of European investors and company managers.
And so they're trying to poach top teams out of
not trying. They've done it.
Oh, they did.
They've done it.
They've done it. Sorry, Germany, UK, Spain, Italy. I want to say France.
I'm not a soccer guy.
I don't remember if they did France, but I know those 4 in general. So they had the 2 top teams in Germany, like 8 teams in UK, 4 teams in Italy.
And you know what? I think that's a testament to how big this news is, because even I'm not a soccer fan, and I understand, like, wait a minute, if you take all the best teams from the European Soccer League, like, what do you leave left? Like, they're the best teams and they tend to have the biggest fan base. You're siphoning all this money from the regular European league.
It's funny because the UK is losing 8 teams, and that's like,
is Manchester one of them?
Yeah, both Manchester teams. Yeah, Manchester United, Manchester City.
Those are like the biggest UK teams.
The biggest UK teams by far are Liverpool, both Manchester teams, Chelsea, Tottenham, and
he sounds like he's speaking another language.
I am speaking another language. But all those teams,
are poached, right?
Are gonna get poached.
Okay, we went way over time on those segments. Apologies. That was like fine. Half the podcast, but it's okay.
That's perfect.
You know, for this
we can go really quickly and like we can just briefly talk about it.
So for this episode we are doing comedians as our top 10. I stuck to stand up. He broke the rules.
No, there was no rules. I just said comedians.
What do you think a comedian is?
Sketch, stand up. I just branched them all together. You know what I mean? Sketch comedian. It's under comedian.
Your brain is a sin. You give me brain worms.
Hey, I don't care.
Anyways,
I chose skit as well. So I because I also watch more skit than I watch stand up. So
I try to stick to stand up just to kind of keep it fair, because then I'd have to throw in like a Jim Carrey or a Steve Carell or like a I don't know, like a Keenan Peele. Like I tried like even that, like they borderline, or like a Tosh Point oh. Like, you know what I mean? Like I tried it if they have a stand-up comedy.
Okay. Here,
because that's a real routine. That's something that you practice, that you put out there, like a Trevor Wallace.
You said Trevor Noah. Trevor's stand-up.
Trevor Noah is stand-up.
Stand-up.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like they have stand-up specials.
Yeah.
And stand-up routines, but they also learned to put that stand-up into skits. Okay. So I think that's why I try to do it that way.
Okay. But, so here, I'll change what I said. I don't know enough stand-ups to make a stand-up list.
Just be honest. Don't be capping up in this.
Oh, I'm not capping. I don't know enough stand-ups to put it on a list.
Bro. Bro. No cap.
Okay, wait. Can we put in our consensus number 1? You know, our consensus number 1 comedian for stand-up.
Oh, yeah. Don't ask her about Amy Schumer. Don't bring her name up. Don't ask. This is not This is not top worst comedians, because then she'd be a unanimous number one. Okay. Yeah. She would be ahead. I have respect for my own mouth to not say her name. I'm calling her AS now. She don't even get the full name out of this mouth. She's
the consensus number 1 worst, and Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.'s consensus is bad just because of stuff.
Yeah, stuff.
The big R word, the 4-letter R word.
The 4-letter R word
in front of
rare.
It's similar to bape.
Yeah, bape. You just change like one of them. I don't know which one you change.
But yeah, like I mean, again, this is weird. I mean, like, look, that's just, why do you gotta do that? Like,
what?
Oh my god. Okay, so here are my honorable mentions. I have Fortune Femster. She's funny, dude. Hilarious.
Okay.
Beau Burnham. I mean,
Beau Burnham made my list.
I mean, that dude is just hilarious, mixing music and comedy, and I don't know what the word is, but just like awareness that he's white. Like a straight white male. like that's like, I don't know. He, again, the other hard thing about comedy is sometimes it is offensive, and that's part of the fun. So like, he's not trying to be offensive in the sense of like, I like him because he's not offensive in the sense of like, oh, I'm a white male, ha ha ha, I'm cooler. It's more like self-deprecating, like, oh man, I'm a white male. I gotta be something boring. Like, he's like, just, it's funny. Chris Tucker, I mean, dude, I love, like, Chris Tucker is just, I love his Michael Jackson jokes, because he actually hung out with Michael Jackson quite often. His best one is when he's telling a joke about Michael Jackson rapping 50 Cent. He does the voice so well, like the Michael Jackson, like the very nice, like, Jerome, like that, like, sweet soft boy. Taylor Tomlinson, she's funny as hell, dude. Like, again, just women stand-ups don't get enough credit. I think they're pretty freaking funny.
Women stand-ups don't get enough credit because they get overshadowed by people trying to make fun of AS.
Yeah, they're
like, Amy Wong is funny.
I think the hard thing about
Silverman is funny.
Sarah Silverman. Oh, dude, I forgot about her.
She came at the back of my mind, and
she's a good comedian. She doesn't have a lot of stand-ups though.
No,
I think she has like 2.
She has one on Netflix now. I don't know if it's recent.
Yes, Sarah Silverman's a really good one.
Tina Fey. Well, she's also sketch because she wrote a lot.
SNL.
SNL.
That's right. That's the other thing too. SNL's hard because it's like some of the writers are like stand-up. And some of the actors are stand-up, but not all the actors are stand-up, and vice versa. But after that, I have Jim Jeffrey.
I've never heard of Jim Jeffrey.
That dude is a funny comedian, but the funniest part is the way he laughs, because he laughs inward. He goes it's like that. It's funny. I have Jimmy Carr. Oh crap, flip that. Jim Jeffrey, they're both British, that's why. Jimmy Carr is the one that laughs inwards. Jim Jeffries is
because they're British.
Yeah,
because they're British.
They're like,
I don't know why I did that voice.
There you go. But Jim Jeffries is like a rehabilitated coke addict. So like, his first specials, he was like coked out of his mind. But now he's like sober, so it's kind of he's still funny.
It's like Steve-O.
Yeah. After that, I have Brent Morin. Brent Morin is,
Jesus Christ, how many?
Hilarious. That's the problem. There's so many great stand-ups, dude. Like, making a top 10 is like,
I don't know enough stand-up.
It's hard.
I'm surprised that it seems like you're pulling stuff out of your butt.
No, Brent Morin is Jesus.
Okay.
No, he's not Jesus, but he's really good. After
he looks like Jesus.
From 10 to 6, I have Jimmy Yang.
Okay.
Elijah Selzinger.
Okay.
Amy Wong. Dave Chappelle. Yes, Dave Chappelle is at 7. And then 6, I have Dane Cook. Yeah, that's my 10 through 6 in that order. Jimmy Yang, he's the dude from
the Marvel movies.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh,
he's like he's like no, that's Dr. Yang or whatever. I forget his name.
Dr. Yang.
Yeah, I forget his name. He's a doctor. He's a doctor that became an actor.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's the guy from Community. I know what you're talking about.
And that's the guy from Hangover.
Yeah.
That's always like, I can believe I can fly. When he's on the parachute. He's funny.
He's funny. I like him a lot.
You know, he's the guy from Crazy Rich Asian, and he's like the super rich friend. He's a funny dude.
Isn't he not the one in Ant-Man? Or am I messing up?
No, that's a Mexican guy.
No, he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's in Ant-Man. He's the FBI agent.
I will put up pictures of who these people are, but
I don't. Maybe I'm just mixing up Asian people and I'm racist.
Yo,
I don't know.
You mad racist? That's what he looks like.
Oh, I know who that is. That's not him.
Caught on 4K. Racist. Elijah Selzinger. She was like the first female comedian I ever found funny. Like,
okay.
at the time it was like her and Amy AS. Cause screw you, AS. But dude, she's hilarious, bro. And she was kind of she comes from like the school of like interactive comedy, where it's not just the punchline isn't always a sentence. You know, it could be the noise, it could be kind of the facial expression. That's kind of when comedy started picking up with more acting involved, right? And not so much like, you know, just line punchline hit. Like, you know, after that, again, Amy Wong. If you do a stand-up pregnant, you win.
Amy Wong.
You win. Amy Wong. There's nothing else you have to say besides Amy Wong. Like, she is one of the funniest comedians out there. And the favorite part when she used to be like this, she used to play with the stereotype. She's like everyone thinks that Asians love white people. She's like, we do. We love security. We love financial security. She's like, I want to wake up 40 years from now and know my bank account is ready, filled. I'm like, yo, what the? After that, Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle, but I didn't grow up on Dave Chappelle. So I think that's the hard part. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
It's his last 2 stand-ups for Netflix, fire. But I didn't grow up on it, so it hasn't always been there for me. Like I don't know. I just coming straight off the dome, he doesn't come to the top, sadly. Dane Cook, I love Dane Cook. Do you know who that is? Have you ever seen Employee of the Month, the movie? You're retarded. I can't even call you that.
Oh, you must.
Have you seen a regular show when he's like, I'm doing it? He's like, don't do it, Morty. He's like, I'm doing it. It's already in motion. I'm pissed.
Why are you pissed?
Oh my gosh. If Jack,
like, he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? He's like, it's already in motion.
Stop! What are you doing?
I'm pissed. Get the car out of my face. That's what I wish that's what they would have done for that show right after that. Like, they should have a Nacho Libre regular show matchup. That would be the greatest thing. Okay, so yeah,
that was 10 through 6.
That was 10 through 6. So
I don't have an order, and I don't have a lot of comedic stand up in general, comedian experience.
Do you have any honorable mentions first?
I have a couple.
If you don't have any, that's fine. Like it's
I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Fred Armisen.
I haven't. Is he a Mexican kid? Oh, I like that guy. This is a guy from Portlandia. A drummer. He's a drummer. He does like comedy with drums, which is funny. Like to musicians, it's funny because
I know him from Portlandia, which is a TV show. Like he's with I don't know what the girl's name is because the girl's name is super funny as well.
I haven't seen that show, but I've seen his stand-up. It's pretty.
So I have Gabriel Iglesias.
I
grew up with
Fluffy. I love that guy. He's family friendly. Like you could take a kid to his show. His voices are, I think, what separate him.
Yeah,
because he does that female like the oh my god, yeah, like super clean.
Oh my god, what was the one where it was like I forgot. I think he was like he had a sketch where he was going to his spot to get food, and they know his voice by heart, so they're like, all right, Fluffy, we know it's you. Yeah. Number 7 extra large. You go to the next window. It's like, oh, how do you know it was me?
Have you seen there's one where he's going through a drive-thru, and the lady messes up his order, and
the guy messes up his order.
Like someone like messes up his order and they give him attitude. So he comes back around and he's like, "Hi,
yeah,
I like to get this, and that." And then she pulls up,
hot girl.
And then he like looks, he goes, "Hi." Like they to pay. They're like, "What the? You're a dude?" He's like, "Maybe." Just like what?
Another honorable mention. It's because he has a stand up Judea Friedlander.
Bro, are you on Netflix
I'm
right
on
now
Netflix.
looking up names?
This is. I didn't know what his name was,
Oh.
so I had to look it up. This guy.
Oh, that's that
You know
guy
who this is?
reminds
'Cause
me
I only
of
see him
a
once.
crack addict. I've seen him. He's like the guy from. Have you seen Parks and Recs?
Yeah.
You know that guy? I thought that was him,
No.
but they just look really similar.
Uh-huh.
'Cause they're both kind of like that mountain. They have that mountain man aesthetic,
Yeah.
ruggedness. I've only seen part of his stand up. It's pretty funny though.
This one I've seen the whole thing because
funny, dude.
he's like USA #1. So it's the funniest thing in the world. He was like, they're doing about like the prison crisis because here it's really bad, but in like Sweden it's like there's no prison system, or it's like they took down all their prisons.
Yo, Sweden's mad crazy. Okay.
Because there's no crime going on.
Oh yeah,
and he's like USA's #1 because we put people in housing and feed them every day, but they just have to commit a crime. And they have it for life.
I love. Okay, that's I didn't get that far in that joke, but that's a good one.
So funny.
Okay, who else you go got?
And I'll wrap it up from there.
Okay, who's your?
Oh my
just
God.
give me like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Give me 5 people. I had to count that. I'm sorry.
So I could put this in somewhat order, with Jerry Seinfeld being the last one. I love Jerry Seinfeld. I love the stuff
What's the deal with airplane food? You like jazz? Oh, no. Jerry Seinfeld he's only gone this far. I have a theory. It's because of his voice.
Yeah.
There's no other
And the
reason.
notable stuff he's in.
Like well, that's what I'm saying. Like the Seinfeld show
Yeah.
is because of him. Like I think it's because of his voice.
Yeah.
Like
And
there's no
you
other
like
reason.
jazz.
Like whenever he does a stand up, like his voice is always like cracking. It seems like he's always like, "What's the deal with airplane food?" Yeah, like that's what like everyone's like, "Ha!"
It's the voice. It's the voice.
Yeah,
It's the voice.
he's like, "It's plastic."
That's my favorite white
And
boy.
then like it's just like what was the punchline? He was like, "This childlike voice is the punchline," and you're like, "Oh." You're just like, "Oh."
And I also like comedians in cars getting coffee. That was probably one of my favorite Netflix shows.
Whatever. That's his claim to fame. But again, I think the only thing is his voice, because how many times did we quote in high school, "You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?" When that became a meme, I was like, thank God for that, because
Well, there was another one I remember. I forgot.
yeah,
There's so many good ones.
there's so
too.
many.
It's just-
The B
I like
movie has
jazz.
so many quality memes. Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
And then have Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist. I love ventriloquism.
Ventriloquism scares me.
It scares you.
Get them puppets out of here.
He has one where he's like, where he got stuck driving his wife's powder blue Prius instead of the Hummer he owns because they're trying to get it fixed. And it was like, and his wife calls him on the phone. It was like, "Hey, you know what you look like to me? You look like the biggest white girl ever. You play with dolls for work. You drive a powder blue Prius." Or it's like, you know what? It just came to my mind. You drive a powder blue Prius. You're driving a powder blue Prius. You play with dolls all the time. You're gay. He's like, "Screw you, hang up."
Oh my gosh. Okay, who's next?
And then I have
That's a good one.
I have Beau Burnham.
Okay, this is the only time we're gonna get. I'm gonna allow this, but go ahead and say it. I know what you want to say. Just say the joke.
The joke?
Just say it. I will not. I won't bleep the word, but only for this one time. Go ahead.
I want to say the joke.
Go ahead. You don't want to
say the joke. No, you can say the joke.
No, you say it.
You say the joke.
You say it.
I forgot the joke.
Oh, the best Beau Burnham joke is, it's a Vine, and it's him playing the piano, and it's like and it's like he's like, "What's better than?" Let's just say.
You could say that.
No, let's just say. Wait, let's just
say that.
He's like.
I thought this was some like absurd word that I couldn't say. If it's that word, I'm pretty sure you're fine.
Fine. He's like, "Duh, what's better than a really good book?" And that's it. That's like the great. That's Beau Burnham in like a nutshell. It's. I mean, it's great. I'm probably gonna bleep that out later. But we're trying to get monetized now.
Okay. Okay. And then next I have Dana Carvey, the guy from Wayne's World, the guy from Wayne's World, the white dude with long hair. You don't know what? You never seen Wayne's World? You've seen Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. I'm trying to think.
It's not the guy with the brown hair, the dark brown hair. Here, I can just flick this up real quick.
What's better than a really good book?
Really good book.
Really good book.
Oh, sure.
Of course, Lennon makes me. Oh yeah. I forget that's his name, dude. He means Garth. Wayne's World, party time! Dude, if we had access to Bohemian Rhapsody, I would play that, and we could just do the intro, like when they do it. Mm-hmm. I forget that's his name.
And then I have Amy Poehler. Parks and Rec. Great show.
That's a Parks and Rec. It gave us some of our best actors. I mean, well, it put some of the best comedic actors in one room. Like even like guys like Rob Lowe. Like I never looked at him as like a comedic actor, but in Parks and Rec, he is hilarious.
Have you seen the roast of Rob Lowe?
No, but I might now have to. I didn't even know there was a roast.
There's a YouTube, or it's like a MTV show or something. Some
MTV. I wish they brought the roast back.
All right.
So I've got John Mulaney coming in at number 4. Mm-hmm. Cat Williams, number 3. Tom Segura. Oh wait. No, my bad. John Mulaney, number 5. Cat Williams, 4. Tom Segura, number 3. Bernie Mac, number 2. And of course, the King of Kings, Eddie Murphy, man. Like, what are you gonna argue about, Eddie Murphy?
I don't have Eddie Murphy on this list. I kind of forgot. He will be my one.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. He'll be the one above the one.
I'm just saying,
because I kind of just just forgot.
You forget Eddie Murphy? You forget Delirious? Raw?
I forgot.
You forget Donkey. 1,000 Words? Haunted Mansion? Coming to America?
That's a good Coming
Beverly Hills Cops 1 through 3?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua? The best.
The movie that allowed Beverly Ninja to come out. Get the shit out of here, boy.
I don't know how.
I don't know what you think you're forgetting. You're forgetting Fat Albert remake? Hey. Eddie Murphy's up in there, boy. Oh my gosh. So uncultured. You uncultured swine.
You uncultured swine. Let me look at that, you hockey punk. Hey!
Yeah,
Alright, we'll finish this up quickly. I'll go through my list real quick. So, we already know that he's the number one.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy,
God.
S tier, boys.
Right. So I have Pete Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson's funny. The new stand-up that he did was great.
I love his self-hurt. Self-hurt comedy to me is one of the funniest things in the world. And it's sad, but it's funny.
I love his 9/11 joke. Sorry. So his dad was a firefighter. His dad passed away during 9/11, and he always
uses that to his.
He always makes that joke. Like he's like.
There was a roast of Justin Bieber when he did a joke. I forgot what he said, but it went to his like, oh. It was like something with the plane, and that's the worst experience I've had with planes.
I love he had one where he was like talking about his friends, and he was like, he's like, my buddy, he's like, I'm going through this breakup with Ariana Grande. He's like, he was like, screw that girl, you better than her. He's like, you're gonna nobody's gonna even know who she is, man. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a everybody loves you. And then Thank You Next comes out, and his friend comes in. Shit stops, bro. I'm sorry. Thank you to Malcolm. Pete, I'm so grateful. I'm just, it's.
There's
I'm sorry.
there's another.
Thank you. Next. It's catchy, bro. And he's like, you're supposed to be my friend.
There's another Ariana Grande bit that he has where it's like, well, at least Ariana Grande said you were big. It's like Ariana's a smart woman. Remember that. If so, when any other girl comes and sees my, they're gonna think it's small.
Disappointed.
And they're gonna be very disappointed. That was the only one I said so far, right? For whatever reason, I think I said John Mulaney already. No, I haven't.
No, John Mulaney's next, I think.
I said Pete Davidson, and I'll do Key and Peele, and then John Mulaney is my third.
John Mulaney's a great one. I think
John Mulaney was the first was the first comedian that got me into comedy.
Yeah, no,
at least really like a reset,
funny.
A reset. Like obviously, I've always watched comedy and comedians, but that was the one where I noticed I was like, this is funny.
Probably one of the best SNL writers. One of the best stand-ups of our generation. And on top of that, he made like shows like Big Mouth. I'm sorry, Big Mouth is a great show.
Fine, I'll let you have it.
Andrew, I love that Lola.
My favorite bit is $40,000 to get an English degree bit. Where it was like, I spent $40,000. I like his. He's like. And you want more money?
I like his when he talks about what's his pit bull's name, Lola or whatever.
Yeah, Lola.
He's like French bulldogs are. He's like she's always looking at me like screw you. He's like I don't get it. It's like, why do you look mad that I'm existing? He's like, I like to imagine her with a cigarette like, oh, screw you, you tiny human. I'm going to shit on your carpet. He's like, they always just look so upset. I'm like, oh crap, I hope that's what they sound like. If a French bulldog would talk. If it's not French, I don't want it.
Throw it away.
Get out of my face.
Get out of my face.
I'm like, you're deported back to France.
All right, so now I have Bill Burr is my number 2. Back. Okay, so to end it off, my last pick is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's a great comedian. I mean,
David Chappelle.
Okay, so to recap, it looks like for the most part, we had pretty similar people on here. My top 3 were Tom Segura, Bernie Mac, and Eddie Murphy. And what were yours?
And then I had John Mulaney, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, and then Eddie Murphy as the one.
Okay, his Eddie Murphy is like
God's
top tier.
Top tier.
But thank you guys for being with us on this episode of the Joe Sledges podcast. Episode 9.
Is it 9?
We're almost at 10, and we had just thank you everybody who's here.
And it's done. So we'll just send it off here. Bye everyone. Thank you guys. Remember, this is Joe Sledges podcast, perfect mixture between cream, cinnamon, and stupidity. And we're sorry guys who are watching some video. The GoPro is for some reason just dying. So I'll put a picture of a happy dog. Bye.